Now, I am thrilled to have a new friend and a power woman for sure, the president and CEO of J.D. Massey Associates, the wonderful Joanna Dodd Massey, PhD, Dr. Massey.
Thank you so much, Vicki, and thank you, Schneps Media. It's truly an honor to be here and receive this. I belong to a lot of networking groups for C-level women in business and on corporate boards. And more, I hear the women say that our superpower as women in business is the fact that we're women. And it didn't used to be that way, if you think about it. When I got into the business world, being a woman was a liability. So I have to say, we used to come in, when I came into the corporate world, into Fortune 500s, we would come in and we would try to assimilate and make to be like the men, so that they would promote us into higher positions. And what's happened now is that we have more women at the executive table, but not enough women at the head of the table. And so when I walk into a meeting, and I encourage you to do the same, when I walk into a meeting, I take the seat at the head of the table. And the reason I do that is because it's a position of power and authority. And it conveys that I have a right to be there, as do all the other women who came before me and who come after me. And more importantly, that while I'm in that room, I'm there to be seen and heard. So I encourage all of you to do that, because the time has finally come for women to use their superpower, which is being women, to bring diverse voices to the table and to make the world a better place. Thank you so much for this honor.
We have something really interesting happening in the US right now, which is that there are more miscommunications and misunderstandings in the workforce than we've ever seen. Why is it happening? For the first time ever, we have 5 generations in the workplace. Think about all the septuagenarians that we've got in politics, right? You've got Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren's a spring chicken at 70 years old. Let's not forget Warren Buffett, who's 89, and his number 2 at Berkshire Hathaway, the guy that's supposed to take over when he dies, Charlie Munger, he's 95. Right? Corporate culture is the bottom line. If you have a toxic corporate culture, it negatively impacts your employees' productivity. It increases your business risk. Digital technology and artificial intelligence in particular are really enabling them to take advantage of it.
We're joined with my good friend, Dr. Joanna Massey. Joanna has worked at Condé Nast, Lionsgate, Hub, UPN, CBS.
She is a real expert in corporate turnaround communications and also cultural transformation. Along the way, amazingly, she picked up 4 graduate degrees, including a PhD in psychology, which was no doubt useful in writing her new book, Culture Shock: Surviving 5 Generations in One Workplace.
So it's about educating Gen X and baby boomers, because the reality of it is, millennials are the largest generation in the workforce right now. Gen Z is the largest generation in the country. And very shortly, these 2 generations combined will be more than 50% of the workers in the United States. We have to adjust to them. They are not going to adjust to us.
If you see both sides of an argument, you're going to be more effective. Change or die, right? This is the lesson of evolution, and this is also the lesson facing corporate America today. How do we embrace change? We acknowledge that it's happening. Educate yourself. Third thing is work with your team. We've talked about things that you can do personally and professionally to drive creativity, to drive innovation, and to drive growth, which ultimately drives your own success.
This is why I think these 2 generations are so valuable, and why I encourage companies to not just hire them, but listen to them.